Mila's English Class and School presents Reading for English Learners. This time in Reading for English Learners we present The Garden, Chapter 1. In a quaint little garden nestled behind a small cottage, two lizards, Leo and Lila, had made a cozy life for themselves. The garden was lush and filled with tall grass, flowering shrubs, and an old oak tree that provided shade during the hottest parts of the day. It was a sanctuary for Leo and Lila, who had recently discovered that they were going to be parents. One warm afternoon, as Leo basked in the sunlight on a large rock, Lila scurried up beside him, her small body vibrating with excitement. "Leo, I have wonderful news," Lila chirped, her eyes sparkling with joy. Leo turned to her, a curious glint in his eye. "What is it, Lila? You're glowing." "We're going to have babies," Lila exclaimed, her tail twitching with excitement. "I've found the perfect spot under the rose bush to lay the eggs. It's warm, safe, and hidden from predators." Leo's heart swelled with pride and love. "That's amazing, Lila. Our little ones will be safe here. This garden has been good to us, and now it will be the perfect place for our family." Lila nodded, her excitement tempered by a sudden wave of concern. "But what if something happens? What if we need to move? This garden is our home, Leo. There's no other place like it." Leo nuzzled her gently. "Don't worry, Lila. We'll make sure our babies are safe. This is our home, and nothing will change that." The Garden, Chapter 2. A Troubling Discovery. As days passed, Leo and Lila prepared for the arrival of their babies. They gathered soft leaves and small twigs to create a comfortable nest under the rose bush. Everything seemed perfect until one day, Leo overheard a conversation that sent shivers down his spine. The humans who lived in the cottage were talking about moving. They planned to sell the house and move to the city. But that wasn't the worst part. They were also going to cut down most of the plants in the garden, including the old oak tree and the rose bush, so the new owners could start fresh. Leo's heart raced as he hurried back to Lila, who was carefully arranging the nest. "Lila, we have a problem," Leo said, his voice trembling. Lila looked up, startled by the urgency in his voice. "What's wrong, Leo?" "The humans. They're moving, and they're going to cut down the garden, our home, the rose bush. Everything will be gone." Lila's eyes widened in fear. "No, Leo. What will we do? Our babies. There's nowhere else like this garden. How will we protect them?" Leo tried to stay calm, but the fear in Lila's voice mirrored his own. "We need to find a new place, Lila. We have to start looking now, before it's too late." The Garden, Chapter 3. The Search for a New Home. For the next few days, Leo and Lila searched tirelessly for a new home. They explored every corner of the garden and ventured into the surrounding area, but nothing compared to their beloved garden. The other places were too exposed, too dry, or too far from the food sources they relied on. One evening, as they sat together under the fading light of the setting sun, Leo sighed in frustration. "Lila, I don't know what to do. We haven't found anything, and time is running out." Lila leaned against him, her voice soft and worried. Maybe we can convince the humans not to destroy the garden. They've been kind to us. Maybe they'll listen." Leo hesitated, the idea both hopeful and terrifying. "It's worth a try. We've got nothing to lose." The Garden, Chapter 4. The plea. The next morning, Leo and Lila waited near the cottage, watching as the humans packed their belongings. They were nervous, unsure if the humans would understand them, but they had to try. As the man of the house came outside to take a break, Leo cautiously approached him. He chirped and flicked his tail, trying to catch the man's attention. The man looked down, surprised to see the little lizard so close. "What's this?" the man said, kneeling down to get a better look. "You're usually so shy." Lila joined Leo, and together they began to dart around the garden, showing the man the places that were important to them. The rose bush, the old oak tree, the rock where they basked in the sun. The man watched them for a moment, then chuckled. "You two are quite the pair. You don't want to lose your home, do you?" He stood up and walked back into the house, leaving Leo and Lila to wait anxiously. When he returned, he was talking to the woman. "They've been living here for years," the man said. "Maybe we don't need to tear everything down. The garden can be a selling point for the new owners." The Garden, Chapter 5, A New Beginning. Leo and Lila watched in amazement as the humans continued their preparations. But this time, they left the garden intact. The rose bush remained, and the old oak tree still provided shade. As the days passed, the garden remained a safe haven for Leo, Lila, and their soon-to-arrive family. The humans eventually moved out, and a new family moved in, but they too seemed to appreciate the beauty of the garden. One day, as Lila lay comfortably in their nest, she felt the first stirrings of life beneath her. The eggs were ready to hatch. She turned to Leo, her heart filled with gratitude. "We did it, Leo," Lila whispered. "Our babies will be safe." Leo nuzzled her gently, his eyes soft with love. "Yes, Lila, we found a way to keep our home, and now our family will thrive." As the first of their babies hatched, the garden echoed with the sounds of new life, and Leo and Lila knew that they had faced their fears and found a way to protect what mattered most. The end. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more English learning videos.